What's up, people? It's your boy Slide. In this video, I'm going to talk about careers and accomplishments. You see, after high school, that's where your life starts to begin. Like, you choose the path you want to choose. You know, some people go to the military. Some people go to college. Or some people go to trade school. Any path you choose is fine, but you have to choose a path you feel that's best for you, okay? What happens a lot of times, to get a career is hard, okay? To be a plumber, people think being a plumber is easy or is some kind of like profession to look down on. I respect plumbers because being a plumber is hard work and they pay a lot of money. Depending on where you work sometimes, it pays a lot of money. So, you know, some plumbers make over 6K. It's not, sorry, not 6K. Some make over like 100K per year. So being a plumber is not easy as people think it is, you know. Some people join the military. When you join the military, it's minimum 4 years, minimum. And within those 4 years, like, you're traveling. You're going to other countries. You're doing certain tasks and everything, so you become more enlightened by the time you leave. Then you have those who go to college. Some people today, they go to college to pursue a career. You know, some people like to be doctors, they want to be lawyers, engineers, entrepreneurs. Any path they choose usually works out for them. Because certain careers have a better career path than others, you know? Like, to become a doctor, you're spending 10 years of your life to become a doctor. 10 years. Because you do 4 years bachelor's, 4 years undergrad, then 2 years of residency. So by the time you get your career path, guess what happens? You have done something with your life that has meaning. Okay? Having a career is so important because it defines who you are and you have a quality of life. Okay? Let me say this. If you're a doctor, that's like the best thing you can be in the healthcare world, because you tell someone you're a doctor, you got the respect immediately. People respect you immediately. You know? What do you do with your life? You know, I'm a doctor. Oh, wow. You know what I mean? People get blown out. They get shocked. Because it's like, oh, you're a doctor? Wow. Because they know to be a doctor is hard to get to that level. Okay? Same thing with being, you know, a dentist. You're looking at least 8 or 9 years to become a dentist. Lawyer, 7 years. Like, these careers are hard to achieve, so people are going to respect you. Like, you tell someone today, you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business. People respect you because they know to own your own business is not easy. So people respect you for it. You know? So that's the thing you have to understand. But the issues that happen to some people, regardless of what they've accomplished, some people will never respect them. And this usually happens from people from their past. You know, like their old friends or people from their hometowns. They will never respect people who have done stuff with their lives. It doesn't matter what you've done, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It don't matter. Some people will never respect you. And that's just the way it is. Sometimes it's not personal. It's just some people see you a certain way. So it will never change. Like, for example, some people now, they may have known you when you were, younger, and you acted a certain way. But now that you're a professional, now you have your career, some people cannot give you the respect you deserve because they still see you as the same person as you were when you were younger. And you have some people out there who are just haters out there. Tell someone now that, hey, I'm a lawyer. For example, I'm a lawyer. Oh, some negative person may just say something like, man, I don't like lawyers, man. Lawyers be scamming people out of money. They don't do nothing for you. They be saying that type of negative shit. It happens. Then they try to make you feel bad about your career choice. It happens a lot, But you have to understand that some people in society would never respect you. No matter what you've done or what you do, they'll never respect you. There's some people out there who were actually some people when they were younger, they were troublemakers when they were younger. But when they became an adult, they changed their life. But some people may still see you as a troublemaker, regardless of what you've accomplished, and that happens a lot, It happens more than people think it does. It happens, it happens a lot. So what happens is that you have to understand is that do you fight for the approval of people or do you go where you'll be accepted? I really don't care if people respect me or not. I only talk to those who have something positive to bring. Whether it's positive energy, it's wisdom, knowledge, I'll mess with you. But anything else, no, I'm not interested. You see, having a career becomes your life. Because it took you, on average, 5 years to achieve your career, right? So you are going to spend most of your time talking about your career because it becomes part of your life. But there's some people in society who are failures. Okay? What's a failure? Or how is it defined at least? A failure is pretty much a person who cannot provide a positive impact in their life or in the life of others. That's a failure. Okay? A failure cannot provide a positive impact in their life or in the life of others. There's so many people today who are just bitter at life. Okay? They fucked up their lives, now they're done. Let me give you an example of how people messed up their lives. They chose the wrong career path. Now, as they try to go back and change careers, it gets harder, man. The older you get, the harder it is to go back to school or to change careers. It's way too hard. It's way too hard. Let me tell you this. It's way too hard. Okay? Because the older you get, the less energy you have to sit in a classroom for an hour per class. It's too hard. And secondly, you don't have the mental energy to go back to school. Thirdly, going to school full-time and having a full-time job is way too much stress. Way too much stress. Okay? So that's not going to happen in most case scenarios. I mean, people do, but, it's hard to balance. Then you have the situations where some people out there are just envious because they chose the wrong career path. Not career path. It's because they are not happy within their own lives. Some people feel like they live in constant regret. They have the midlife crisis in the sense where if I did things differently, I would be in a different place in my life. People have such thoughts all the time. And it's frustrating, Like, you have people, for example, you have people out there who didn't do anything positive. So when they see you doing your thing, they become envious because they say to themselves, I could have done what this guy has done. What if I did, all those envious thoughts just pop up into their mind. Because think about it. If you and another person chose your path in life, you chose your career, right? He went one way, you went another way. You used your time positively. Now you have a good quality of life. That person over there is struggling financially. If he sees you, he's not going to be happy for you. He's going to either avoid you or he's going to find a way to bring you down. Because that's what envy does. A jealousy and envy does that shit all the freaking time. But people don't see these things until it's too late. You'd be surprised how your closest friend can be your secret enemy. You'd be surprised. But anyhow, as I gotten older, people like to talk about what you've accomplished. Hey, bro, so what are you doing now? Where are you going to? What are your plans? That's what people talk about. Nobody cares about who did what 5 or 10 years ago. No one cares about that dumb shit. You think anyone cares about gossip as you get older? Let me tell you something. When you get older, you don't have time for gossip. You don't have time for that shit. You know why? Because people who are successful ain't got time to worry about what other people are doing. Okay? You ain't got time for that. So that's part of the reason why you have to understand, you have to choose your path and choose what's good for you. Because you want to be fulfilled. In a sense where you go to work at a job you like that makes you feel good about yourself. You want to have a lifestyle that makes you feel good. For example, some people have a lifestyle of traveling 2 times a year. Some people have a lifestyle of working Monday through Thursday. Some people have different type of lifestyles, but you have to choose the one that's good for you, And that's the way it has to be. People need to acknowledge that hard work pays off, But a lot of people today, they don't understand that to have a career is not a walk in the park. It's really a hard decision to make, because in businesses, most businesses fail within their first 5 years. 90% of all businesses fail within their first 5 years. So if your business is running and doing well, that's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment. Well, people need to understand these things, But I mean, at the end of the day, when people start talking to you, it's going to be about what have you done and where you going to. So that's something to think about. I just think that people need to do things that makes them feel fulfilled. Respect comes a long way. Like, everybody wants respect, but nobody wants to do anything for respect. Like, I don't care if people like me or not. I don't care if people like my profession or not. But I want respect in the sense where if I walk into a room, people care about what I have to say. People acknowledge me. When you are not successful, people are not going to acknowledge you at all. You walk into a room, no one cares. You give your opinions on shit, no one cares. That's what I'm talking about. Let me know what you think. Peace.